Okay, I'm going to install a new battery here. This one went bad on me. It's the first one I've had that went bad on me. I got, this is a 48 volt, 20 amp hour battery. This one is, I got a replacement. It went up, 48 volt, 30 amp hour battery. You can see it's much, much bigger actually. More than it would seem like you would need just for a 50% gain, but that's not going to fit in this bottom tray here. The other one would, but a lot of people are buying these batteries and they won't fit, so kind of have to cut these out. So I'm just going to show people how I do it, which I don't know yet. I'm just going to learn sort of as I go, but this MX650 will figure out how we can fit this in here. One thing to consider is the weight of these things. This one I think is about 12.6 pounds. 12.6 pounds versus this one is 5 pounds heavier. So that's 5 pounds. I guess that's not too much, but 17 pounds. This is a really heavy battery, almost a 20-pound battery. So we're trying to fit this battery in here. You can see this one just slid really nicely into here, but it's really hard to find a battery this big. This one was perfect. They don't make the battery this dimensions anymore. I can't find it anywhere, so it's going to be impossible to find one that fits in there. This one, you can see, oh, it's heavy. You can see, oh man, it almost does fit in there, but it doesn't quite fit in there. This bar is in the way. That would be, so that doesn't fit. And then even lengthwise, you have to see, this thing's also, this box goes on here. So this box goes on here like this, and this whole thing has to fit in this box. So you can see, like this, it's not going to fit down low. So what we're going to have to, and so we're going to have to raise it up a little bit more. So it's probably going to fit somewhere in here, which means we're going to have to cut out this bar right here. Which means we're going to have to cut out this bar right here. Okay. And this bar right here, which we really don't need. This was for mounting the top battery. I'm just using it for this controller. Find another place for the controller. Maybe I've mounted it up here on this bar, on some other ones. We'll mount this another place. Put a lot of padding here. Mount this battery probably in the middle here, so it'll fit sort of like this in that tray. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is just cut this out. Cut this out and get all this stuff out of here, and then I'm going to grind this off and take that tray out of there. Okay, here I'm just using a grinder. I'm just going to cut these two spots here with a grinder, or with a grinder with a cutting wheel on it. Okay, that's cut off now. Pretty easy to cut off. And then I switched it to a grinder, and I'm just going to grind that down, make sure it's nice and clean, and then we'll see where we go from there. Okay, I ground that down so it's nice and smooth. You know, with the batteries here, you don't want anything catching anything. And I'm going to hit it with a little paint, and I cleaned it up a little. Hey, one thing that you guys don't know about this contact cleaner, awesome cleaner. Usually contact cleaner is electronic safe. See, it says clean sensitive electronic parts. This is what I use for cleaner. It's not regular WD-40, so don't get confused. This is pretty awesome stuff for cleaning your bike. It's motorcycles. I picked it up from cleaning motorcycles. They use it all the time for motorcycles, but really good for you don't have to worry about electronics and stuff like that. Okay, that's painted and dried. Turned out pretty good. And then just going to take some foam here that came with the battery and build that up to the height, so this battery can sit high enough where it's more along the midline here, which will have more space. Okay, I think I got this to fit in here. Just raising it up with some foam here. I think that'll be fine. It's a tight fit. You can see it barely fits back here. Barely fits back here. Barely fits here. I could raise it up a little bit more and maybe I will, just to give it a little bit more room. It's a pretty tight fit. It's also going to be a tight fit. It's not actually going to quite fit sideways, so I don't know. But yeah, well, with that fitting, that box will go on, so it'll fit in there. So it should be good. Now I'll take. I've got to still solder everything up and wire everything up. Then I'll take. I'll show you guys. I'll take some straps and put it around it and secure it in place. Okay, I have this battery mounted in. This I put a little bit of padding. I raised it up a little bit more. Just to get it a little higher, and then that allowed me a little bit of clearance to put a little bit of padding here just so it's not bumping up against there. And this will be protected by the back of this by the back of that case. So I think that's okay. I mounted this up here, which I know will work. I've done it on another one. So you just got to watch these holes. Make sure there, and this back hole on this one will gets a little bit tough, but it mounts. It does create this sort of mass of wiring, which is it's a mess. You know, try to clean it up as much as you can, but it just starts to become a mess. And then, but anyway, I'll put the case on. You know, definitely have to tuck some wires in. Do your best to. But yeah, that's a 48 volt 30 amp hour battery. You can definitely fit that in. Not that easy, but you can do it. Tight, and you can see that box is warped. It's more about the width of the battery is more the issue than anything. Be nice if we could get a little narrower battery, but and this I'll have to tie that off. It's all back together. Fits fine. The width was a little bit of an issue. It was hard to get all these screws in, but I was able to get all the screws in. And, so works fine. This so this battery should last a super long time. In fact, I'm going to try to take it out to a dirt track on Sunday. So like and subscribe, and I'll post a video of that.